Bro, I just realized I'm almost an Aries. I'm pretty close to an Aries. About 5 days off. It's actually kind of strange.
Bro,
We don't have that weird Odysseus stuff in here.
we're not talking about that.
Can we at
No.
least address it? Address the fact that it's worthless and nobody cares about it.
I mean, sure.
That's it.
That's it.
What is it
That's
called?
all
Are you gonna look?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Hey Google.
It's O.
What is the 13th star sign?
It's not the 13th.
According to Wikipedia, Ophiuchus has sometimes been
Ophiuchus?
used in sidereal astrology as a 13th
It's not the
sign
13th in
addition
order,
to
I
the
don't
12
think.
signs of the tropical
Okay,
zodiac.
shut up.
The eponymous constellation
Okay,
Ophiuchus
Google.
as
Stop. Please.
Oh, I already forgot it. Officius? Ophiuchus?
Poopy.
Optimism. Hello,
Bro,
everybody.
we didn't do that thing where we talk about nothing for the first 30 minutes
Well,
and then get to the topic. We got to do that.
I mean, you just started recording in the middle of my sentence, so...
We'll just cut all that out.
No, let's just keep it in.
Hello, everybody,
Yeah, that's
and
not- we're not
welcome
keeping
to
that as the intro.
Descant.
We're going to re-record the intro. That was terrible.
Who edits the videos? That's what I
I'll
thought.
see you guys later. I gotta go edit some videos.
I'm Eli.
I'm Noah. What's up?
It's crackhead hour, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so incredibly tired.
It's gonna be past midnight by the time this episode's over.
It's already...
I got some Apex.
It's
to play,
already
bro.
almost midnight. He's so excited about the new season of Apex.
I'm
released
pumped.
today, right?
I'm pumped. So, we're just gonna jump right into the topic. I feel like we.
Well, I wasn't planning on it.
It's
but
a long topic. We need to use as
Is
much.
it?
It is. It's a.
I
We need to use
guess.
as much time as we have. There's 12 star signs. We're talking
I mean,
about
yeah.
zodiacs.
Zodiac
'Cause
signs, ladies and gents.
It's something that we both. Well, I just think it's fun to talk about. I feel like Eli.
Neither one of us are really like...
We don't live our life. I don't like look at my
we try
zodiac.
not to live our lives by it, but I definitely am more into it than he is.
There is just a lot of coincidences that I feel like
It's very accurate.
to certain standards it is. Like an exception would be someone like Dalton, because he is not the standard
Yeah.
Leo.
Our friend Dalton's a Leo, and Leos are typically like really confident and full of themselves.
And Dalton is
listen,
the opposite.
I want to say this before we get any
Dalton's
further.
not confident though. Dalton is confident in himself.
Yeah.
He's not outwardly confident,
Yeah.
which is what Leos are.
I want to say something before we get any further. In this episode, I am going to talk objectively about every sign, including my own, because I know that Libras are terrible.
Do you mean subjectively, because none of this is facts? Are we just going to talk about objectively
I mean,
the
I'm not
experiences we've had?
I mean, I'm not going to worry about offending people.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Because
We're talking stereotypes here. We don't...
I'm going to say negative things about some of the signs, and I have friends that are those signs, but there are positives and negatives to each sign, and each person...
Man, I hate Capricorns.
Yeah.
Ben, I'm talking to you.
So I just want to get that out of the way, because I'm not holding back. If I have something bad to say about
I'll-
Scorpios...
Hey. I love my girlfriend. She is a Scorpio, though. That's very true. She definitely is.
I like Scorpios, but they're a little crazy.
Yeah, I'm dating one, I know. She doesn't listen to the podcast, so she'll never hear this.
She doesn't? What a supportive girlfriend.
What is the port? We're porting over girlfriends. You said port.
I said, what a supportive girlfriend.
Oh, I thought you said what is the point, but you said port. I'm an idiot. Anyway, all right, so we're starting.
Should we start over?
No. Start us
kidding.
off at the top of the list. We have a list of all of them because we have terrible memory.
Well, I would remember all of them. I just wanted to have it in front of me so I wouldn't have to think of it. Let's talk about Aries.
I think, to my knowledge, I only know one, and it's Jacob, and I love Jacob more than any person on this planet. So.
Also, 1 second. Is it worth explaining what a zodiac sign is, or should we just assume that everybody knows?
Let's just do a quick explanation, just in case.
Okay. So, basically, there are 12 zodiac signs for the 12 months, and it's like the first half of the month. It's the last half of the month and the first half of the next month.
It's basically
It's a month period, but it starts in the middle of a month.
In summary, it's the 20th through the 20th. It's not always working out like that, but that's
not it's not always exactly.
It tends to be the 20th through the 20th of the next month.
Essentially. And people who are born in the certain time frames tend to have certain personality traits, and that's what the whole idea of it is.
For example, February 19th through March 20th is Pisces, and that's what I am. And Pisces are typically outgoing, creative, somewhat self-conscious, and a little stubborn at times. But they're very joyful and have positive outlooks on life. And I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Everybody loves them.
A lot of people like. Okay, thank you. And do you want to explain Libra?
Are we just gonna? I mean,
just
a quick
summary.
Do that when we get to it, or?
I mean, I just did a quick summary.
Well,
of Pisces.
if you didn't gather, Noah's a Pisces and I'm a Libra.
Yeah,
that was never exactly stated.
What's your birthday? Mine's March 16th.
September 26th.
2000.
2001.
I just realized your birthday is 10 days away from my half birthday, from September 16th.
How do you even know that?
You want to know how I knew that? This is the craziest story of my life. I asked.
Is it now?
Yes, I was 8 years old, and I asked my mom because I was 8, and I wanted to know when my half birthday was. I asked her what day my half birthday was on,
and she figured it out for you.
She did, and it was the day I asked. It was September 16th when I asked.
What?
Yeah. She can tell you that.
That is so cool.
My mom remembers that because I asked her when my half birthday was, and she was like, "It's probably sometime in September. It's today." And I was like, "What?
What?"
And I was blown away by that.
Wow.
Fact. Anyway, but yeah. So you're what? A year and a half younger than me, roughly.
I guess
a little more than a year and a half younger than me. Anyway, so let's start at the top of the list. Aries. Which is, let's tell the dates. March 21st through April 19th.
Also, depending on where you look, the dates can vary by a couple days. That's why we were saying it's roughly the 20th to the 20th. Because some things say differently. But this list that we have in front of us says March 21st through April 19th.
Yeah. I was almost an Aries, which is interesting. Actually, did you know that I was born at 9:54 p.m.? I was almost born on St. Patrick's Day. Can you imagine?
Wow.
I would have lost my mind.
Green boy.
Isn't there a holiday on the 14th as well? Isn't that Ash some day or something? I don't know. The 14th.
You're acting like I would know that.
I was born between two holidays, which was crazy. I don't remember what.
That is pretty cool though.
Aries. Can we explain Aries? I don't know a lot of stereotypes.
Aries is my opposite.
Is it really?
It is.
I don't know a lot about Aries. I know Jacob.
What I mean by opposite.
They seem chaotic.
Aries
are chaotic.
My boss is an Aries.
Which one?
Male or female?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, that's fair.
What I mean by opposite is, if you put them in a circle,
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
In a wheel. It's the ones that are across from each other. So basically, it's the middle zodiac sign, between mine.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Does that make any...
Yeah,
okay. I know you understand it.
Yeah.
I just want the people listening to understand it. I'm terrible at explaining stuff. Welcome to Descant.
Yes, this is the entirety of the podcast.
But typically with opposites, it either goes really well or it goes really terribly.
It's one side or the other.
Usually.
Does that mean
Libra and Aries are usually a decent combination?
Does that mean the opposite of mine is Virgo or Scorpio?
I think it's Virgo.
Is that why I like Virgo?
Hey Google,
so much?
what's the opposite of Pisces?
She's not gonna know that. She's an idiot.
She is. Hey Google, what's the opposite of Pisces?
Virgo.
There you go. It's Virgo.
Hey Google, shut up. Okay, so it is. Is that why I like Virgo so much?
Could be.
2 of my girlfriends were Virgos.
Good stuff, dude.
My new girlfriend. I say new as in we've been dating for a year and a half. My current girlfriend is a Scorpio, which are similar to Virgos, I would say.
We'll get to that. We'll go down that road.
Virgos and Scorpios are relatively.
Do you
similar.
think the Virgos and Scorpios are similar?
In certain situations, yes. I feel like they're both hot-headed.
Virgos?
Yes. Have you met Karina?
I've never known a...
Have you ever seen
But
Karina...
she's, like, hot-headed in a very calm way.
No. Have you ever seen her lose
No?
a video game? She gets so mad. She gets, like... I would say exponentially. She gets mad quicker than I do. It's funny. It's hilarious to watch. And that's how Katie was, too. I don't know if she wants us to say her name.
I don't care.
But that's how she was. She got hot-headed really fast, too.
We're not talking about new Katie.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
I was about to just say her last name. No, I'm talking to Katie specifically.
Katie,
we're not talking about you.
We're talking about the one that I dated. We gotta talk about Aries. I keep forgetting. So
yeah, dude.
Aries is at the opposite for you.
Jacob, who was on the podcast, he's an Aries. They're very Oh, and I want to say also before we get any further, didn't I introduce you to zodiac signs like entirely?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew what they were.
Yeah.
Steam starting. Is that going to screw anything up?
No.
Okay. Steam decided that it was time to do whatever Steam does when it happens. For those of you who don't know, Steam is a gaming platform. It's basically like an online store to buy games, and it's known for
being annoying.
It's a very, very nice site, and it's very user friendly and stuff. But whenever you turn on your computer, it just hijacks everything.
Hello, time to update.
Yeah, it updates every day, and it's annoying. Anyway, So Aries.
Oh, I wasn't done. I was always really into zodiac signs just because I thought they were cool, and then I told Noah about them, and he was like, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. And then he started reading about them, and he was like,
"That's me,
Pisces."
I am that.
And I was actually the exact same way. It was just like a ridiculously long time ago. Yeah. I thought they were stupid, and then I started reading.
I mean, they are. To be honest, they are.
They really are. And I was like, that is exactly me. Like, I want to know more about this. And now, like, I try not to base too much on them.
Speaking of thinking zodiacs are stupid, that's what Aries does.
Yeah, basically.
Aries is the.
You remember when we were having this conversation with Jacob, and we were like, he was like, zodiac signs are so stupid, I don't believe in them.
Yeah, it's like, that's what Aries say.
What's your sign? And he was like, Aries, and we were like, yeah.
Yeah. Aries are the, I would say the most carefree of the bunch.
I could agree with that.
I would say Aries are the most, like, laid back.
Yeah.
Like, they're the, like, if you were at a party.
But also, they can get mad.
Yeah, they can. Jacob gets mad, bro. But the same thing is, the second they get, like, as quickly as they get mad, they can also calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
They're very, like, I wouldn't say double-sided, but it's, their personality fluctuates very, very much.
Yeah.
It's really fun to be around an Aries. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience. I only know one personally, and it's Jacob. And I've never had a bad experience with Jacob. I have. That's a lie. We used to hate each other's guts, and I forget about that sometimes. Jacob and I used to hate each other before we even knew each other because of a, in quotes, friend that was mutual. And now we both hate. Now we both hate that friend, so we bonded over that, and now we're just good friends anyway. I don't have much to say about Aries. We love Aries. We both actively enjoy hanging out with Jacob, specifically.
Yeah. It is my opposite, so, like, you can definitely tell, or, I mean, I can definitely tell, because they are the complete opposite personality-wise. I would say... But I still get along with them.
I would say what happens with opposites is the opposite fills in what you can't give. So
most of the time. Some opposites don't go together
Where an Aries is laid back and carefree, you're stressed and you want everything to be OCD and stuff like that. And you fill each other in. But on the opposite, they're laid back and carefree and don't care about anything, and you tell them,
and
like,
sometimes
hey,
it can get to...
Yes. And I feel like that's what it is with Virgos for me, because I'm all over the place, and Virgos are relatively calm, unless they get angry. And they kind of, like, bring me down a little bit.
I've never seen an angry Virgo in my life, and I'm really intrigued now.
I've been around Karina too much. I've seen angry Virgos.
Angry
Birdos. Dude. You don't even know who Birdo is. Shut up.
No, I was talking about Angry Birds.
Oh.
Who's Birdo?
Birdo's from Mario.
Alright.
It's the counterpart to Yoshi.
Taurus?
Kind of. I only know one off the top of my head, and it's Hope.
I can think of 3. My coworker Cheryl, shout out, you're awesome. She's a Taurus.
Name dropper.
She doesn't care.
I don't know much about Taurus. This is going to be on you, because I only know one, and I don't like
know
her.
a lot about him either.
I don't not like Hope.
They're just I don't know. I don't even know how I would put it into words.
I don't know either.
Yeah, there's
childish.
There's clear.
I feel like. I mean, maybe
I feel like they have trouble letting their problems go. I feel like that's
fair.
One way I can generalize something about them. Obviously, there's some signs that we don't know as much about.
I would say dramatic, because Cheryl seems pretty dramatic, but she's dramatic in a funny way.
Yeah.
Because she's like.
I forgot you like
only twice.
But
yeah. She's nice. She's awesome.
That would work. I feel like we should say something positive.
I don't know. Cheryl. I don't.
They
know
tend. I feel like they tend to be really hardworking too.
Yeah. Well. Less so than one I know. Cheryl's hardworking. Anyway,
let's talk about Gemini. Well, okay, wait. That was April 20th to May 20th. If you wanted to know that, they're in order. Do I have to say that every time?
Just do it anyway.
Okay.
Gemini, baby.
Also, there's a lot to astrology. Like, this goes with astrology, if you didn't know that, and actual stars.
They're also called the star signs.
Yeah, they're also known as star signs, and there are different types of signs. They're like moon signs and rising signs, but we're not going to get into that.
I'm a moon. No, I'm a moon sign, aren't I? Pisces is moon.
Pisces is your star sign.
No, I know, but you said moon. Oh, that's like a different category?
Yeah, like my rising is, I think, Sagittarius, and then my moon is like Aquarius or something, or Capricorn. I can't remember.
I know there's ones based on there. Like, I'm a water sign.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it Earth, Wind?
Earth, Fire, Water, Air.
Yeah. The four nations live together in harmony, and everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Stupid Leos. What is the... Okay, Fire is Leo, Cancer, Gemini, right?
No.
Leo, Virgo.
Fire is Aries, Leo, and... Let's see here.
Probably Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, yes. And then Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then water is Cancer,
Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Is Scorpio
Pisces.
water?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It is.
Anyway, that stuff doesn't matter.
It does a little bit.
That's funny.
Air signs are really similar to each other.
This is a semi-related question. What kind of bender would you be if you were an avatar? Like, if you could choose? Like, okay, the first question is if
I would
you could
say
choose,
water.
You'd be water? I think, to be honest, the first thing that comes to mind is fire, just because that's cool. But it doesn't have many practical uses.
Yeah.
I feel like the most practical use one would be earth, because that also applies to metal if you train enough. Because you can.
You know what also applies to
metal,
water if you train enough?
Blood. Which is so cool. That is, if you guys haven't seen Avatar, The Last Airbender, watch that show.
Really control people.
Yeah, bloodbending is like, it's like frowned upon because you just control the blood in someone's body and move them.
And you can make,
It's crazy. But I think Earth would be the best because you can like...
Why not just do all four?
Be the Avatar? I think my personality, I'd probably be a waterbender. Just because I'm a water sign.
Because you're a Pisces.
Yeah, and I feel like a waterbender would be cool. I feel like it'd definitely be cool.
You think my personality fits with an airbender then? Since I'm an air sign?
Probably, yeah. I could see you being an airbender.
I actually, now that I think about it...
Being an airbender?
I agree. Yeah, because I'm like peaceful.
Yeah.
Goofy. I feel like they're... I mean, I don't know if I just associate goofiness with it.
I mean, if you...
Airbenders
How much of
because
Avatar
of
have you seen?
All of it.
You have?
Yeah.
You think of somebody like Sokka, who's like... Cause,
That's true.
He's not a waterbender, but he's part of the water tribe. And he's like so creative and like tactical and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm in some ways similar to Sokka. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that kind of fits my personality. And you think about Katara and she's like hot-headed and stuff like that, and I'm probably like that as well.
There's definitely certain personality traits that all like air signs typically tend to be like Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. All three are. And then
what is the other water sign?
Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini.
Aquarius.
Wait, you said water. Pisces,
Scorpio.
Scorpio, and Cancer.
And Cancer. All three of those All three of those have tempers, which is interesting.
Oh.
Cancers have tempers, bro. Anyway, let's continue.
Scorpios?
Yeah. I'm dating one,
You
bro.
don't want to make one mad.
No, you don't, bro. They go right for the jugular. Dude, I'll be like play roasting Graylee, and she'll be like, "Yeah, you're fat and ugly and stupid." She's never said that to me, but God, the things she says, I'm like, Jesus. I'll be like, I call her a potato because it's funny, and it's like not actually an insult. I didn't actually insult her, and then she'd be like, "Yeah, well, at least I have money," or something like that. And I'm like, what? Jesus! And then I insult her, and she's like, "Wow, thanks." Anyway,
Gemini?
I think I only know one, and it's Mr.
Nathan? That's fine.
Mr. Anne Frank.
Okay.
I don't like Geminis.
You know another one. She's in the living room.
Oh, yeah. I
My
don't
sister
like Geminis
Hannah's
at
a
all.
Gemini. Dude, you can't. Well, she doesn't listen. There's a stereotype about Geminis being two-faced.
It's very true.
It's true, but if you look at it in a certain way, it's not a negative.
Why do you say that?
Because
I would rather someone swear to my face and tell me they don't like me than pretend.
no,
they like me.
but it's not always in that way. Like, sometimes it can just be, they're not, like, it's not necessarily that they talk crap about you behind your back. Sometimes they're just, like, still nice if they don't like you or whatever, and that's good.
That's
right?
I hate that. I would rather someone, like, cuss me out and hit me and tell me they don't like me than lie to my face once.
I'm not saying lie to your face.
No, but that is what you're saying, because you're saying be nice to you even though they hate you. Being nice to someone even though, like, I'm nice to be...
I'm talking about, like, in say, like, a professional situation.
Well, professional...
Like, you have to be nice to customers on the job.
Yes,
even
regardless.
though they irritate you.
But I feel like that's less so about the sign, and I feel like that's more so just doing your job. I feel like a professional standpoint, it doesn't matter.
I suppose.
I feel like this is more on a personal standpoint, because don't hit the table.
I'm sorry.
For example, Nathan. I've had so many problems with him where I tell him something and then he goes behind my back and tells a bunch of people, or we'll be playing a game.
I don't
and then,
think we should say this.
I don't care. He knows that I don't like him. You don't have to say anything. I'm saying this. He knows the problems I have with him. I don't care. He doesn't listen to it anyway.
So I can leave this in?
Yeah, leave it in. I don't care.
Okay.
He knows what he did. It's like Graylee sometimes gets like fake mad at me. Like I'll do something stupid and she'll be like, "Oh yeah, whatever," and then I'll be like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "You should know," and I'll be like, "Oh.
Dude."
She never does it about serious stuff. Whenever she has a problem, she talks to me. But it's like any time that there's like something joking, she's like, "You should know," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna put on a wife beater and put it to use." I feel like being friends with a Gemini, you can only be friends with them. You can't be good friends. Because Gemini put themselves first.
I can agree with
which
that.
in certain situations, putting yourself first is nice.
Absolutely.
And you should. But, I mean, I feel like in life, yourself, unless you're in a, like, committed relationship and you have children or, like, anything like that, or people that rely on you, put yourself first. In every situation, your mental health, your physical health, everything, put yourself first. Because the only person you're in charge of, if you don't have responsibilities like that, is yourself. You come before everyone else. And I feel like
and nobody else is going to put you first in that situation.
When you have kids, obviously you need to put them first. But, I mean, I feel like Gemini do it to a fault. It seems like they don't care about people. And obviously, like we said at the beginning, this is a stereotype. And not every Gemini is like this. Just the one that I've had experience with the most. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that. And people can change.
You know Journey?
Yeah.
She's a Gemini.
I've never talked to her.
Okay.
I haven't talked to her now.
I didn't know if that would,
You gonna bleep her name out?
No.
Alright.
I don't care anymore.
You have anything to say about Gemini, or are you are you afraid of the backlash?
Well, I'm a Libra, so I'm going to go into my shell and start talking about Cancer now.
Alright, that's fine. My mom's a Cancer.
Is she?
I have a love-hate relationship with my mom. Not my mom. Not my mom. I love my mom. I mean,
you mean
cancer.
cancers?
Yeah. No, I didn't mean my mom.
no!
No. Okay, Mom. My mom listens. Mom, I love you. I didn't mean that. I meant cancer.
He's drinking water in the middle of a sentence.
Actually, that was coffee, brother.
Oh,
Is my mom a Cancer? Yes, she was. Her birthday is
June 21st
July.
to July 22nd.
Her birthday is July 21st, so she is barely a
Really?
Cancer. Cancers are weird.
Cancers are very confident.
I feel Destiny's a Cancer.
I feel like she was in certain ways, though. She was very confident in certain ways.
If someone came up to her and like started roughing her around or whatever, she would fight back immediately. But then she'd go home and cry about it.
That's a stereotype about cancers, actually, that they cry a lot.
And emotional, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's also a stereotype about Tauros as well. Tauros, that's a Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Every time I say Tauros, I say Tauros because I've played Pokemon for years.
It's fine.
Isn't it crazy how many Tauros
At least
there
you
are
don't
here,
say
dude?
Taurus
Taurus?
instead of Taurus.
Taurus. Oh, Tauros. Tauros. I say Tauros. He's based off of Taurus because Taurus is a bull. Anyway,
Yeah, that's the symbol for Taurus, the sign.
what is the sign for Pisces? A freaking crab?
No, it's a.
Oh, it's
fish.
the two fish.
Two
Yeah,
fish. The crab is Cancer.
it is. You're right.
Mhm.
That's correct. I feel like I don't have much to say about Cancer because I
I
dated
know a lot of
I
them.
dated one Cancer and didn't like them at all. But then my mom's a Cancer and I love my mom.
Yeah.
I feel like when in a good situation, my mom and I get along. Like when it's just me and her, we get along so freaking well. And she laughs at everything I say, and we just make each other laugh and have such a good time. I feel like in a good relationship, in a good environment, Cancer and Pisces are very good together.
They're both water signs.
Yeah, and they react to each other's jokes very well, and they build off of each other very well.
As far as I know, signs of the same element usually go together. I'm pretty sure that might not. I'm pretty sure that's right.
What experience do you have with Cancer?
All I can think of is Anthony.
Is he a Cancer?
He is.
He is. I forgot
He's
about
the only like significant Cancer in my life that I can think of.
That's also true for Anthony, though. Because
Yeah.
whenever we're in a good situation, Anthony and I make really good jokes, and we build off of each other. I like hanging out with Anthony.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm going to say about that. 'Cause
Um,
Anthony and I have had our problems. We've sorted them out.
I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. That's another one of them that I don't really know that well. I feel like.
Yeah.
But they just have a certain vibe that I can't really explain. They all really have a certain vibe that I can't put in
I
the
feel
words.
like the one thing about Cancer is they make jokes. I would say that's the one thing about Cancer is they're very jokey.
They joke about
Yeah.
everything. I can see that.
Because that's how my mom is. She likes to laugh. That's how Anthony
is.
That's how Destiny is when she's in a good mood. That just doesn't happen often. When Destiny's in a good mood, she's fun to be around. She's funny, but
Leo,
Leo.
let's get it.
Cece?
Miriam.
Ooh.
I don't know if she's ever gonna listen.
Leo is incredible. Wow. That is let's talk about the good one first. Let's
All
talk
right.
about Dalton, okay? Dalton is
Miriam's a good one.
Dalton is not a Leo.
You don't know Miriam,
What
but-
is Dalton should not be a Leo. Dalton should be a freaking Pisces.
Dalton's just Dalton, dude. Like, you can't categorize Dalton. He's just his own breed.
Okay, the thing about Leos is this. If you try to roast them, they will always
They're very
roast.
sensitive.
They're very sensitive, but they don't let you know that. Unless you're, like, in a personal relationship with them. If you're, like, a stranger and you try to roast a Leo, they will fire back with the strength of 1,000 suns. But if you hurt a Leo's feelings and you're, like, friends with them, they will guilt trip you. We are excluding
that.
Dalton because Dalton is not this way. We've also discovered that there's split personalities within the signs. Given
Definitely.
that if you're an introvert or an extrovert. So, say for Dalton, for example, there's a lot
He's
of...
an introverted Leo, which is just weird.
Yeah, because Leo is not an introverted... I almost said class, bro. I'm thinking about
Class.
I'm thinking about Apex, bro. Leo is not an introverted sign. Yeah, Zodiac sign. they're very like energetic and loud and proud of who they are. And Dalton's definitely proud of who he is, and I don't think he has many problems with himself. I think he's kind of just living life how it is, and he just does his job, goes to work, and whenever you're friends with him, he's very outgoing. I mean, you know, we hung out with him a lot in school. Like, Dalton is very like loud and funny, but it's just when he doesn't know somebody, he just sits there and holds the door. Dalton's a weird creature.
We gotta tell him about the holding the door thing.
I love Dalton to death. I love that kid.
Anytime he was in the hall, or I don't know, whenever we were coming back for lunch, whatever, and there was like a crowd of people trying to get where they need to go, he would hold the door for every last person.
Every person. I have to say this about Leo: they like to talk. Leos love to hear their own voice, and that's true about Dalton. When you get Dalton talking, he doesn't stop. Have you noticed that?
True.
He doesn't stop talking, and that's not a bad thing, because I love hearing Dalton talk and just talk about stupid stuff. But they just don't shut up, and they don't let you get a word in, and it's so funny sometimes, but it can be aggravating at times.
I'm just gonna go straight for this and say, my two least favorite signs are Leo and Scorpio. And I'm sorry to my friends that are Leo and Scorpio, because I have a Leo friend that I love. I think 2 Leo friends that I love. And I have a Scorpio friend that I love.
Who's your Scorpio
generally...
friend? Who's your Scorpio friend?
Brianna.
I forgot about
And then Leo is Miriam and Dalton.
What about my girlfriend, huh? You don't like my girlfriend?
Well, we're not like...
No, it's fine. It's whatever. You should know what you did wrong.
I didn't think of it, honestly.
No,
but I like her, you know.
Graylee's nice. Graylee's funny.
I also don't
listen. She doesn't listen to this. Don't tell her I said this, but she's funny. I tell her she's not funny all the time because it's funny to say that.
If she heard you say that, she's gonna be like, no.
No. If she hears that I called her funny, she'd be like, hell. I'm gonna swear. You can bleep it out. Hell yeah, I am.
That's not a swear.
It's not. I can say hell.
I mean,
I've been not saying hell this whole time.
I don't know. Can you?
Have you seen? Okay, I have to.
Can I go to the bathroom?
I have to.
I don't know. Can you?
Bro, this is our podcast. I can say whatever I want. You have to edit it out or not edit it out.
Judgment call. Libras?
Is judgment call?
They're terrible at those.
Judgment. No, wake up call. I was thinking of the first chapter.
I was saying
Portal
it's
2.
a judgment call.
The first that made me think of the first chapter of Portal 2. It's the wake up call. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I love how I know that. Why do I know that, bro? That game's
It rings a bell though.
It does. The wake up.
I didn't remember it specifically, but it rings a bell.
9.
No.
You have been asleep for. That's what it should have done, bro. Shell's just like, okay, I guess I'm dead. And then Wheatley's like, dude, we gotta go. I want to make a you know those this is basically videos where it's like a really crappy animation and it just summarizes the story of something in the worst way possible, but I mean it gets the story across. I want to make one of those for Portal 2. Like a minute long summarizing the story.
That'd be funny.
The whole minute is just that part where you're jumping up and Wheatley's talking, and then you go back down and then jump back up, and he's been talking the whole time.
Have you seen... That reminds me. Have you seen those memes that are like terrible descriptions of movies? And it'll be like, for example...
Have you seen that Wheatley's a meme now?
No.
Recently, Wheatley became a meme. The thing where he goes, it's not a stretch that you might have a very minor case of severe brain damage. Remember that quote? Mm-hmm. That became a meme recently. Wheatley's making his way to the top,
yes,
baby.
Sir.
My man, my evil little man. Well, not evil.
Man.
He's just
vibing.
He got a little too hungry with power. The GLaDOS body really sent him. You guys have no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Power hungry. Let's go.
What would Wheatley be? Let's classify Leo here, or let's classify Wheatley here. You want to classify the characters? I mean, there's only 2 because Shell doesn't.
That'd be a fun separate episode.
Classifying characters
as zodiac signs.
Like what? Like if they have a given birthday and then classifying what we think.
I think just classifying what we think.
I think that would be fun. I mean, we don't know Chell's birthday, do we? We may.
I don't know.
I feel like in one of the comics it says her birthday, but they don't know what year it is. That's the thing. They don't know what year Portal 2 takes place. freaking thousands of years in the future.
Um,
Also, people say that there's going to be a crossover with Half-Life 3 and Portal 3, but Portal, like, the first one, I'm pretty sure, takes place thousands of years after. Like, we have no idea how many years have passed since Portal, like, from Portal to Portal 2. We assume thousands of years, just because the guy, when he says, "You've been asleep for," he just says 7 nines, and then no unit of time afterward. It was being measured in days before, and then it kind of just cuts out, so there could be more nines after that.
that is true.
We have no idea how long. So I guarantee you everyone from Half-Life is dead. It's just Chell. And she just appears in that field with the freaking companion cube, and then the game ends. We don't know what happens. Anyway, I'm just going to go on a rant about Portal 2 because it's the best game ever. Was that my number one? That was my number one, wasn't it? When we talked about video games? Can you pull up the clip?
It was either that. No, stop. It was either that or Minecraft.
I think
it was that originally, and then you were like, I think I'm gonna have to change it to Minecraft.
I might have to change it back. Portal 2.
Might have to change it back.
I mean, Portal 2 was your
It's not the same episode.
It was your second
It wasn't
one,
specifically Portal 2, but yeah.
I just said Portal, but Portal 2 definitely more than Portal, but I still like Portal, the original.
Yeah.
And we're getting way off topic. This is like...
It's fine, Noah.
Who were we talking about? Cancers?
Leo.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say something about Libra.
Let's move on to Libra. Wait, what dates is Leo?
Leo, I'm blind. July 23rd to August 22nd. Something about Libra. We're just peaceful. We're just chill little men. Men.
Joseph's not a little man.
We can usually get along with everyone, even if we don't like them.
That's how Joseph and Catherine are, too. Joseph and Catherine are very similar.
Yeah, because we're all Libra. It's accurate.
The thing about Libra is they are very much peacekeepers. And every time I say peacekeeper, I think of the gun from Apex, and I've just got that on my mind.
PK. Why are we talking about Libra? We're getting to that.
Well, no, I've said all I had to say about Leo.
So have I. We've got Virgo, and then we can talk about Leo.
Oh.
I mean Libra.
Virgo.
We've got Virgo in between.
I like Virgos. They're quiet and loud at the same time. I don't know how that happens.
When I think of Burgers.
Birdo.
I want a burger.
Dude, I want a burger too.
Oh.
I had a burger today at lunch.
Dude, I want to be back on my cruise ship.
I said hot dog so many times today in a Jersey accent, hot dog. Because the person I was working with mentioned that she was from Jersey, and she was like, "Hey, we've got hot dogs." And she doesn't have a Jersey accent. She just said it like that to be stupid. And I was like, hot dog? And I told the story of Joseph, how he told me he was from Jersey, and he got really mad. And at Apex, actually. Or maybe it was Fortnite. It might have been during the Fortnite era. And I was at his house. It was me and Ben at his house. And he got really mad, and he started screaming. And he started screaming in a Jersey accent just because it was just
Joyzy.
And he just started screaming, and I just chuckled to myself quietly and went, hot dog. and he lost it. He got so tickled by that, dude. It was so funny. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
You're so good at it.
That's the only thing I can say. And
that's the only thing I'm good at.
No, that's the only thing I can say in a Jersey accent. That and underwear.
What the heck?
Underwear.
Okay. Hot Virgos, dog. Everybody.
Get your hot dogs.
Dude.
That's it.
You remember when we went to Jersey?
No. We were in Jersey. We didn't go to Jersey.
I know.
We just slept there.
Can we tease the next episode?
What's the next episode?
You don't even know?
No, you didn't tell me.
Well, can I tease it?
Yeah, sure.
I did tell you.
Is it what
you were like, I love that idea.
Oh, that's what we were going to talk about this episode. Until I interrupted. Let's talk about Zodiacs.
Yeah, we're going to talk about how we met and how we got close and some of the memories we've shared. Basically, we're just going to talk about our friendship.
Yeah.
So, you get to hear the story of New York. That's all I'm going to say. So, Virgos.
Virgos.
Yeah. When I think of...
Can I get some water, bro? Sponsored.
Yeah, dude. Can't let the joke die.
Sponsored by water, baby.
Yes, sir. Sponsored by Minecraft posters. I put a Minecraft poster up in my room.
Bro, can you imagine being sponsored by Minecraft?
Sponsored by Minecraft.
That'd be nuts. Anyway,
sponsored
Virgos.
by Notch himself.
I feel like I don't have much to say about Virgos. I just like them. They can also be aggravating though.
When I think of Virgo, I immediately think of Becca.
Is she a Virgo?
Yeah.
That's why I like her so much. I just like Virgos, bro.
They seem to be very like accepting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And they love everybody. Like they're so calm.
However, I feel like Virgos are also a sign that can be two-faced at times because
that's true.
For
Because
example,
all they want to do is
they want to please
people. People are
people pleasers. They're people pleasers.
People pleasers to an extent. Yeah.
Yes, they definitely want everyone to be happy. And Libra is less so about making everybody happy and more so about making everyone content.
Yes.
And just kind of
Libra is worded perfectly.
Libra is making everyone find the middle ground while not being able to find the middle ground themselves.
Dude, why you gotta call me out like
That's what you are. See, the thing about you is that you're either black or white, but you don't want to choose.
Are we just
black
gonna
or
move
white.
to Libra now?
Okay, no, we have to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about Virgos then.
Libra's the one I have the most to say about because I'm
exactly.
I'm
me
close,
too.
I'm really close friends with 2.
I am a Libra.
I'm pretty close to Catherine, so I would say 3.
And my mom is a Libra. Who else? Why am I forgetting? I mean, Joseph is. Yeah. Catherine is. Who else is a Libra? I know more Libras than that. I know a lot of Libras.
Anyway, Virgo. Very much people pleasers, and I feel like in a sense they don't put themselves first.
No, they don't.
But they don't necessarily put other people first either. They're
very neutral.
Virgos are very neutral. However, they are hot-headed. I feel like Becca's an exception because I've never seen her angry. But I've seen Katie angry and I've seen Karina angry.
But to the general public, they're like
peaceful. Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. I would say that. And I think that's why I like Virgos like on a surface level so much because they're just so friendly. The easiest way to describe Virgos is cute. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I can't think of another word, just cute.
Like puppies.
Yes.
They're like
yes.
They are puppies.
Yes, that's what they are. And I'm certain that all 3 of those people that I mentioned would be thrilled if we told them they were like a puppy. Karina,
that is so true.
Karina, Katie, and Becca would all be thrilled if we said they were like a puppy. They're like,
they would.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
I feel like even when they get mad, they're nice about it.
Yeah. Well.
That's just something I was thinking. Like,
yeah.
That's weird, though. All right, moving right along to our favorite sign. Let's go.
I didn't say that.
No. September 23rd to October 22nd. Libra, let's freaking go. Listen, I said at the beginning I was going to speak objectively about every sign. I have plenty of negative things to say about Libra. I'm not going to sit here and brag because it's my own sign.
Libras like to talk.
There are a lot.
Gotcha.
His podcast is over.
Bro, we got 2 of the most talkative signs to start a podcast with. Pisces and Libra, bro.
And we have ADHD or whatever to go on top of it.
Yeah, I need some Adderall, babe. Well, I just drank coffee, so I'm vibing. Can you notice that
I
I'm
need
calm
my
right
Addy. Now? I didn't drink coffee. That's why.
Maybe you shouldn't say that.
Why?
Because Adderall is like a controlled substance. That, like, people like overdose on Adderall and stuff.
Yeah, neither of us take Adderall at all.
I mean, I
anymore.
used to. I used to
never
take Adderall
taken
every day.
Adderall.
Made me angry. Did you know me when I took Adderall? Sophomore year, yeah.
Yeah.
I took Adderall for a while to help with my ADHD and help me focus. And the one of the side effects was that So, okay, for those of you who don't know, Adderall, and this is an uneducated mind saying this. This is from what I heard. Adderall is basically just a caffeine pill. Like, obviously there's more in it, but, like, the summary is just it's caffeine.
That's
so,
weird.
For people with ADHD, caffeine has the opposite effect.
Okay, I don't have ADHD then. There's no possible way.
Okay.
Because
On days of
I am
test...
so heavily affected by small amounts of caffeine.
On the CRCT days and stuff like that, for those of you who don't know, the CRCT existed. It was the certified ridiculous...
I do not remember. Ridiculous.
Stupid with a C test. Can you imagine? CTUPID.
Catupid.
Catupid.
CT. Yeah.
So on days of the
face just did.
on days of tests and stuff, my mom would like give me a Mountain Dew in the morning and then pack me one for lunch so I could focus. Which it was hilarious.
That is
because
funny.
like my friends were like, "Oh, you got a Mountain Dew? I want one." And I was like, "No, I need to be smart." And I was like 10, and I was like, "I got a Mountain Dew, haha."
I can drink a small cup of coffee sometimes and almost have a panic attack.
It's a complete opposite. I've coffee or like
I don't
anything
know
I
what
just
that
focus.
means, but
It's that means you don't have ADHD because caffeine has the opposite effect on the mind when somebody
is
has
it
ADHD.
possible that I have ADD still?
I have no idea. Because
I want to know. I've talked about this before.
The H stands for hyperactive, so maybe.
So that's what gives it the negative effect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm hyperactive.
I am.
Do you?
I'm hyperactive.
I definitely get distracted a lot.
I also do. Anyway, we got to get back to Libra. Stop talking about ADHD.
I mean, we're talking about me, so basically, we
Fair.
basically are talking about Libra.
What do you want to say about Libras? I'll let you take the wheel on this one.
I'm gonna start by saying somebody described Libras in a very interesting way to me recently, and it was first of all, they just randomly messaged me and they were like, "You know what I just realized about Libras?" And I was like, "What's that?" And they were like, "They are the wisest yet most indecisive signs."
Yeah, I would say.
And I thought that was a
say
really
that's true.
interesting description,
That's pretty true.
but both are very true.
I feel like that comes to a head with Joseph because he is very decisive. He's very wise, but he's very he makes up his mind very quickly.
The thing about Libras, and I don't know if this applies to Joseph, but this is from what I can tell. They're so indecisive about small things. But usually the bigger things,
I feel like when a good example, and I'm going back to Apex, but this is actually
Oh my
this is
gosh.
actually related. So you can buy skins and stuff in Apex, and Joseph will sit there for an hour and say, "Should I buy it?" And then I get off, and he texts me 10 minutes later a picture that he bought it.
yeah.
Like he can't decide if he wants to spend the money, and then he finally just comes to a decision out of nowhere.
But oddly enough, we can be impulsive.
Yeah, that it's impulse that he buys that. Like he bought a finisher, which is when you knock somebody, it's like a stylized way to kill them. In Apex, not in real life. We're not killing people yet. Please cut that out. So basically he bought this thing, and then immediately after he was like, "That was a stupid purchase." But then he started using it, and he was like, "Okay, never mind. This is cool."
Combining impulsiveness and indecisiveness is like, it seems impossible, but that is Libra. It's so Libra.
I would agree with that.
Another Libra that I think is very significant to me is Rhett McLaughlin.
I did not know he was a Libra.
He's a Libra.
What's
yeah.
Link?
Gemini. They're that pair.
That's funny. The one who can't decide and the one who tells everyone everything.
Gemini and Libra is supposed to be like one of the best pairings that there is. It definitely is, because Geminis are stupid and start a lot of crap, and Libras don't care.
Yeah. And Libras just stay out of it. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Libras like to stay out of stuff, but when they're dragged into stuff, they don't mind helping.
Yeah.
I would say that's true.
But once you ask a Libra for help, they're gonna go full force.
Yeah. That's how Joseph and Catherine are. Joseph doesn't ask me about my personal life, but whenever I talk about it, he'll drop everything and talk to me about it.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's how you are too.
Yeah.
I mean, you do ask me about stuff sometimes, but I feel like that's just because we're really close.
Yeah.
And also, you're, in a good way, you're nosy. You like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that.
We gotta stop talking about Libra.
No, we don't.
Spend the whole episode.
Me.
Well, we can just skip Capricorn and Aquarius because the only Capricorn I know is Ben, and the only Aquarius I know is someone I don't like. So
Another thing about Libra,
I was just crapping all over Ben this episode. Ben, I hate you.
I love you, Ben.
For those of you who don't know, Ben is my best friend, and I love.
Hey, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I've known Ben longer than I've known Dalton longer. I've known Dalton since the 4th grade. Did you know that? The 4th grade, bro.
I did.
That's crazy.
Libras also love balance.
Yes.
However,
Libras would be.
It's very difficult to achieve. Personally,
yeah.
They tend to act as a mediator in situations.
That's definitely
peacekeeper.
True. Whenever Ben and I start arguing, Joseph just goes, "Hey!"
Yeah.
That's happened, but you've been there for that.
Yeah.
Ben and I will be like actually having an argument, and Joseph will just scream, and then we forget about it and laugh.
I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I feel like they can have a very shy side, and they can also have a very outgoing, opinionated side.
That is you, Joseph, and Catherine to a T.
Libras are actually, despite their indecisiveness, they're actually very opinionated.
Yeah.
They don't like to admit it. I don't like to admit it, I should say. But with certain things, like, if the thing with Libra, if they have decided something, they don't go back on it.
Yeah. That's very true.
If you haven't,
you can't change a Libra's mind.
If you have an opinion established, that's it.
However,
because it takes you so long to establish it.
I did change your mind about military time.
If you make a valid point that
they didn't think of,
you weren't aware. Yeah. You know, they're very logical. They think very logically. I feel like
that's how Joseph is. He doesn't think very emotionally or anything like that. He's very logical.
Yeah. I would say too logical.
Yeah. Joseph is very logical.
It's like me at work. Like, I just turn into a robot.
Yeah, you really do.
I've gotten better about that, though, I think.
Eli goes into work and he just ceases to be a human being. And then he
I feel like that has to do with
when we worked
together.
Too. I tried to ask you something about something that didn't have to do with work, and you just completely. I don't even think you noticed. You just completely ignored me. And I was like,
that's a hyper-focus thing, too.
Yeah, hyper-focus.
That's
what I do. I don't know if you knew that. I hyper-focus.
Oh, I know you do. I can tell you do.
Yeah, really bad. Like, when I'm focused on something, that's all I can think about.
I know.
And that's...
Apex?
Yeah.
I know you can't stop thinking.
I'm excited.
I know you're thinking about it
I'm thinking about it right now. I am.
All right, let's get to the Scorpio.
Thinking about
the meat and potatoes of the conversation.
Scorpio.
They're terrible. Get them out of here.
Dude.
No, not entirely. They're
they're just the worst.
It's just fine. Mostly. They're terrible. Moving on, Sagittarius. Let's go.
Scorpio is an interesting beast, right there.
They're crazy. I don't know what else to say.
Very emotional. Scorpios are very emotional.
They're also very caring.
Yes. If you have a Scorpio on your side,
and very defensive. Yes, exactly.
If you have a Scorpio in your life that loves you dearly, like you've got someone for life.
Yeah.
That's what a Scorpio is. And I'm glad to have
if you ever
Scorpio
turn
like
on them, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's it. You don't get second chances with Scorpio.
No.
That's the thing. Scorpio,
I feel like that sums it up well, honestly. What else?
Other than that, Scorpio's very facetious. Very facetious. Very charismatic. When you walk into a room, you know a Scorpio's there because they're the one that have tons of people hanging out with them.
Yeah.
That and a Leo. Leo's like that as well. I also feel like Pisces is like that as well.
I feel like
Scorpios are leaders. Leos are leaders and Scorpios are leaders.
Scorpios
the thing
are
is,
leaders.
Leo wants to be a leader and Scorpio doesn't. People just follow Scorpio.
I don't get along with Scorpios in a work environment.
I don't either.
Because
working with Graylee's the worst. Babe, I love you, but you're the worst when I like working with you. Like even going into freaking where she works. I'm not going to say where it is. Where she works, she's the worst. I'm saying this about my own girlfriend. And I mean, I guess it's fair because she's there to do her job and I'm there to patronize her. I'm only there to freaking hug her and she's doing her job, so that's fair. But she's never nice about it. I come in and I'm like, "Hi, baby," and she's like, "I hate you."
Oh my god! Yeah,
I'm like,
she really is.
It's so funny. And then the second she's off, she's like, "I love you." Ha ha ha.
Like you said, they typically can be really good leaders in like a work environment and all that. But
Scorpio are hyper-focused. Scorpio are very hyper-focused. When Graylee gets her mind on something, she can't stop thinking about it. She cannot multitask. Which is very interesting. Like, when she's at work, that's all she's doing.
Yeah.
And, like, when she's hanging out with me, she doesn't do anything else.
I think hyperfocus can be a positive, though.
Yeah.
For sure. My phone's on 11%. That's nice. It'll last. Now I done forgot what I said. Why you gotta interrupt me like that? What was I saying?
I don't know. I think I remember. If you don't remember...
Oh, I know.
Lord knows I don't
Okay.
remember.
Scorpios can be good leaders. However, they're picky about the way things are done.
Yeah.
And they are never proud of something that you do. They are never happy with something you do.
I feel like that's different with the Scorpio that's in my life. Because you know what matters to Scorpios? Little things.
Yes.
Like, if you do one little thing very correctly...
The things they should be proud of, they're not proud of.
And it seems like Scorpio aren't proud of themselves either. Scorpio are not very, like, self-proud people.
No. But I have a very leadership kind of personality, but how would you... Do you know how to describe that better than me?
No.
You've seen me at work. I don't...
You don't
I
necessarily...
don't lead people.
No, you lead yourself.
I lead things. Yes.
Yeah. He does everything by himself.
Something that's my responsibility is going to be done a certain way, and it's going to be done right.
Yes, but the same thing applies to things that aren't your responsibility. If someone else is supposed to do it and they're not, you don't tell them to do it, you just do it.
Exactly.
Which, that's something a Scorpio would do. If something needs to be done...
They would tell them to do it.
Scorpios will tell people to do their stuff.
And I don't vibe with that. I don't like being told what to do. I hate it.
If somebody needs to do something, I'll tell them straight up. I'll be like, hey, can
because
you do that?
if I'm in a situation like my job where I know what I'm doing, like the things that I'm well trained for, like obviously if they're training me to do a new thing, like I understand that. I'm willing to be taught.
Yeah.
And all that, but telling me to do something that everybody knows I know how to do, like shut up.
That annoys me.
I know how to do my job.
When you're doing something repetitive and you've been doing it for like a week, and then people know that you're still new at it, but you haven't messed up yet, and then say you mess up like 3 times in a row, like just because you weren't paying attention or something like that, then they feel the need to teach you again. I know how to do it. I just messed up.
Yeah.
I hate that. That happened today. I was doing something very repetitive, and I was having a conversation with someone, so I wasn't paying attention, and that was my fault. But it's not that I didn't know. I just wasn't paying attention, and I messed up. And then they were like, oh, you gotta do this and this and this. And I couldn't just say, I know how to do it. Because then I sound like a freaking butthole.
Yeah. At work, I am usually the one that initiates things, and like I'm the one that kind of set up, the most efficient way for everyone to do certain things and all that. That's just the type of personality I have at work. Like, I'll tell somebody to do something, but I'll be like, I'm going to do this while you're doing that, and, it'll make the best use of our time. But we have a new employee, specifically, that does this. He'll, like, try to tell me to do something, and I'm like, blinking white guy meme. No, you don't get to do that. What makes you think you can do that? Yeah. Like, this is probably going to make me sound like a douchebag, honestly, but this is something that's pretty consistent about me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Like, what makes you think you can? You've been here for like less than a month. I've been here for over 5 months. Why do you think you can do that?
Mm-hmm. That would annoy me.
Because he doesn't even fully, like, he's not fully trained. He doesn't know the most efficient way to do things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that's it for Scorpio.
Yeah, that's enough.
It's November 22nd through October 23rd to November 21st if you care. Sagittarius, November 22nd, December 21st. We're going to get that out of the way. I've had 2 girlfriends in my life.
I don't know a Sagittarius.
Both been Sagittarius.
I know Katie.
You know Katie.
But.
And then Audrey. And then I didn't date Katie. I don't know why. You said Katie, and I was like, that's one of them. Haley and Audrey. are the Sagittarius I've dated. Straight up name drop, dude.
Let's go. You're gonna have to bleep so much.
I like Sagittariuses. I get along with Sagittarius really well. They're so adventurous and carefree, and
the thing I've noticed
generally
about
positive.
Let me just put this out there. You can joke with a Sagittarius. Like Sagittarius will joke with you, and then you joke with them, and they get offended.
I can see that.
Sagittarius put out a lot, but when they can't take anything. And
but they
annoys
also
me to all
like
end.
whether they take it to heart or not, they really don't show it. I feel like, because they'll be like, "Hey," and then they won't really say anything else.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Aw," and then they'll go home and cry.
But it'll actually bother them. But that definitely is true. They're definitely kind of sensitive.
They're very questioning.
They are. Oh my gosh, I've never really like directly realized that.
They think about a lot of stuff.
All three of the significant Sagittariuses that I've known, being Audrey, Haley, and Katie, they all like constantly ask me questions.
Yeah, very questioning.
Audrey still messages me every now and then, and we're on good terms, by the way, in case you were wondering. She just messages me and asks me a random question.
Yeah.
She'll just say, "Hey, I have a question." You know how terrifying that is?
Yeah, I hate that question.
And I'm like,
I have a question.
Okay.
Hey, we need to talk about something. Dude, Grayley will message me and she'll be like, "Hey, we need to talk about something." And I'm having a panic attack. And then she's like, "Do you have a ride to work tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm over here freaking peeing myself because you said, "Hey, we need to talk about something." She's done that twice to me. And one of them was, I think, I need a ride to work tomorrow or something. And the other one was something about her mom or something like things that matter, but not things that are like life-threatening, you know? Like, hey, we need to break up. That's the first thing that comes to my head.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I've murdered someone. Like, Jesus Christ. That I think that's a pet peeve. Just ask the question. Ask the freaking question.
But I've always vibed really well with Sagittarius. I can't help but get along with them. I feel like they have like the exact vibe that Libra looks for in someone else.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even though, like, stereotypically speaking, it's not the most compatible with Libra, it is up there. It's like third or fourth, I'd say. But for me, it is.
Yeah.
Or it might be Aquarius. I get along really well with Aquarius, but I also have never really known that many.
Yeah.
So, Capricorn. It is, I'm so blind, December 22nd to January 19th.
You know the first thing I think of when I hear Capricorn?
Ben's face?
No, I think of Ben going, "Dude." That's somebody says Capricorn and I just think of Ben going, "Dude." Because Capricorn are very self-conscious.
Yes.
The only one I know is Ben. So Ben does this thing, and listen, Ben, you know you do it. I'm dropping this, dude. You're stupid. I love you. We'll make fun of him for something, and he'll be like, "Dude, ha ha ha," and laugh. And then 15 minutes later, I'll get a text from him.
Did you mean that?
Yeah, did you mean that? Was that real?
Tell him about the Switch.
What Switch?
You know, the Switch he bought. Or
what
sold.
About it?
I mean, sold and bought.
About
what
that,
he did.
About the
Are
situation.
you happy with your purchase?
Oh, yeah, he was... Were you there for that? Or did
Yeah, I was
tell
there.
you that?
You don't remember me being there?
You were at Poe's house?
Yeah.
I do, yes. Okay.
I was there.
I had a complete brain fart. Yeah, because we were just vibing. I remember that.
Yeah, dude.
So, Ben sold his Switch to Matthew.
Poe.
Yeah.
The one that was on the podcast.
And he sold it to him, and he didn't tell Poe that he was taking the money to go buy another Switch.
Eventually he did, though, before they even exchanged.
No, I told him.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Because you had left. No, you had...
No, I still...
No,
I
because
remember...
it was just me and Poe in the car, and Ben went inside to buy... He went inside to buy something.
No. Ben told him.
No, he didn't, because I
remember him telling him.
He probably said, "I'm probably going to buy a Switch at some point later."
It was some...
Yeah, but he didn't tell him that he was buying it that day. So he took the $200 and some of his own money and went and bought a new Switch, which they have like a little bit better battery life or whatever. And Poe didn't care at all.
No,
Poe got a
Poe's not the
Switch.
type to care.
Yeah, Poe
He's
got
a Pisces.
Yeah, he is. Poe got a Switch for $200. That's all he cared about. And Ben got a new Switch for $100. So, like, neither of them cared, but Ben was so, like, upset. He's like, oh, I'm going to get a new Switch, and he's blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Ben, he's not going to care. He's getting a Switch for $100 less than it sells for. And it's basically brand new. You haven't used it much. Why do you think he's going to be mad? So Ben went inside to buy something, in quotes. He went inside to buy the Switch. And Poe and I were sitting in the car, and I'm like, by the way, Ben's buying a Switch with that money. I don't know if he told you. And he's like, oh, no, he didn't. And I was like, do you care? And he's like, no, I have a Switch. And I was like, yeah.
Exactly.
Why would he care? And then Ben came out. Excuse me. He came out with a Switch and a Switch case that he bought for Poe. He bought a Switch case for him, and he was like, hey, I felt really bad because I was buying the Switch. And Poe was like, I don't care, but thanks for the case.
Also, even before this, he asked Poe like 1,000 times, hey, are you happy with your purchase?
Yeah,
like, I know we were joking about it and stuff, but like, are you actually like satisfied? And Poe was like, yes.
Yeah, Poe's like,
and he pulled us aside and he was like, shut up, man.
I had to keep telling Ben, I was like, dude, you shut up. Also, whenever I'll say something about Ben, and then like 30 seconds later he'll be like, dude, and he'll go silent. And then I'll be like, Ben, you're not texting me about this 10 minutes
He's sitting there thinking about it the whole time.
He is. And I tell him, you're not texting me later. And then he goes, Capricorns are very, whenever they start thinking about something, I wouldn't say hyper-focused.
No.
But whenever they start thinking about something that bothers them.
They, like, worry.
Yes. Capricorn worry so much. And that's the downfall of Ben right there. However, Capricorn...
They're super nice. And
very nice.
From what I've seen in the past, they're always, like, super responsible.
Yes, very strong. Capricorn are strong. Yes.
That, like, they have their crap together so well,
yeah.
And it's, like, not even hard.
Ben says he doesn't have his crap together. Bro, he's got the setup.
He does.
He's on a lease, bro. I don't even know what that means. What does lease mean? It's like renting, I think. Stop bouncing your chair.
All right, we got to pause.
You have to pee?
Yes. And we're back.
Mr. Bud here had to take a whiz.
I've had to take a whiz since about 15 minutes into the episode. So
he'll have to whiz by the end.
That was great. Probably, honestly. Wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, Capricorns. Anything else you have to say about them? I think I'm good. Content.
I do want to say, Ben, I love you. And I don't have a problem with you. I just think you're stupid.
He's going to text you and be like,
did
you really mean all that?
He's going to text me right now. I'm going to get a text from him within 15 seconds. He's going to be like, I felt a disturbance of the force. You were talking smack about me. Do you hate me?
What?
Anyway, Aquarius. We got to get this episode done, bro.
I
do not like Aquarius.
I like Aquarius.
Oh, they're so controlling.
I've had bad experience.
Aquarius is controlling.
That's, like we said, positives and negatives.
That's all I have to say.
Libra. Gotta get the positives and negatives.
I've said what I have to say. I'm not going to say anymore. Because
Okay.
I'll start ranting.
Okay. I mean, rant away if you would like.
No.
No. I don't know how to put it into words.
Aquarius hold grudges. Jeez.
And they want things done their way.
Specifically their way.
And they're not afraid to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Whereas Libra wants things done their way, but they'll just do it. They don't bother other people with it.
You know what I've noticed? Okay, this may not be appropriate to say about every Aquarius, but the one that I've dealt with, you cannot, like an Aquarius cannot function without a support system.
Right.
Because of the one specifically.
But they're also introverted.
Yes.
Which is so weird.
It's so strange because it's like they cease to be able to do basic human functions if they can't like have another person there to help them. Not that's obviously an exaggeration, but like in arguments and stuff, they can't come up with stuff on their own. They need help, and they need to have somebody there to help them. That's what it seems like. I don't want to talk about Aquariuses anymore. I don't like them. This is like Scorpios for you. I don't like Aquarius.
I think I know two.
Who's
One
the
you're
other
talking about, and my sister's boyfriend, which I don't know him well. But
is anyone else an Aquarius in the world?
I mean, yeah.
You know who's coming?
Daily. Daly's an Aquarius.
You know who's next?
I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about Aquarius. I'm not really familiar with them. I know they go really well with Libra, and I definitely can see that from the ones that I do know. Because it's similar to Sagittarius. It's just kind of the vibe we like.
I get you.
But, last but not least.
Definitely not least. The best one. The best sign.
No.
Yes. Pisces.
Pisces.
You know who's
Pisces.
a Pisces?
You.
My stepdad. And you know what I realized? We are very similar.
Yeah. My mom's a Libra.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said that. We're very similar as well.
What is my dad? Gemini. My dad's a Gemini. That's interesting. That actually fits him because he's very nice to people that he doesn't like and then talks crap about behind their back. That's funny. Pisces, the easiest way to describe a Pisces is very creative.
Yes.
Very creative, very outgoing, very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
This can be a major flaw, but also helpful sometimes because you can relate to human emotion very well. Yeah. I feel like personally I can read people really well. I feel like Pisces can read situations and stuff like that very well.
I don't want to say this, but I feel like Libras can be a little heartless.
That's fair. I feel like that is the antithesis of a Pisces. Pisces only care about emotions.
Yes.
Pisces are not logical. You have to
That's true.
You have to sit down with a Pisces.
We're talking about Libras being more logical than emotional, and Pisces are right the opposite. Which
However,
I guess is another one of those balance things that work well.
That's very different from my stepdad because he is very emotional. Like when it comes to, he doesn't share his emotions a lot, which I do all the time. But
if you feel some way, you just say it because it's all you can think about.
That's immediate. I don't have a filter.
No,
I've realized.
You do on the podcast, PG. Baby.
I do. I can say hell. Have you seen the clip from Futurama? The guy buys like a 301-inch TV, and he's
301?
like, yeah, it like drops from the ceiling, and he's like, I bought this 301-inch TV, and it's the best around. And then on the TV, there's a commercial about a 302-inch TV, and how it's the newer, better one.
Dude.
And the only thing the guy
Apple products be like,
the only thing the guy says is, "Oh hell!" and then he throws what's in his hand at the TV, and it shatters. And that's the only time they talk about it. That's it. That's the funniest clip ever. Oh hell! And then it's so good. I vibe with Pisces.
So do I.
But
obviously.
You know who else is Pisces? Poe.
You know who else is?
Who?
I'm believing. You don't know who she is?
No, I don't. No idea who that person is. Who is that?
The one that we saw in Taco Bell that one time.
You've said that to me multiple times.
Yeah.
I still don't know who it is.
She has the same vibe as you, though. Like she just seems like so friendly.
I'm not friendly.
You know?
I hate you.
Yes, you are. No. Okay.
The thing about Pisces, I think one of the negatives is they think a lot.
So do Libra. You put a Libra in a room by themselves.
I can't be alone. That's another thing. I need people.
So
I need to
do
be
I.
like, if I'm not with someone or talking to someone or something, I need to be playing YouTube so I can hear someone's voice. I just can't function if there's no sound.
If I'm alone, I start thinking and I quickly go downhill.
I need to be audio and visually stimulated at all times.
I feel like that has to do with your ADHD, though.
That's probably what it is.
I know Libras overthink.
However, Poe is the same way. When he's not with people, he becomes depressed.
Yeah.
And I'm very easily distracted. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very easily distracted.
So am I.
I think that's all I have to say about Pisces. I don't have much to say, honestly. I hate myself.
It's February 19th through March 20th. I think I honestly didn't say that for some of them, but who really cares? I probably shouldn't have
You
said
can
it.
fill in the gaps. It's fine.
What do you mean fill in the gaps?
All the ones we didn't say. It just
You mean
goes
just
in
like-
order.
Oh, you mean like the viewer can
Just
fill
look
in
it
the
up.
gaps. Yeah, really. Don't watch this episode. Just do research.
Yeah, come on. This episode's
Why would you
terrible.
watch our podcast?
We say that at the end of the episode. Anyway, but I think that's about
At the end of the episode. Why are you watching? Why did you get... If you got this far, like... What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
Round of applause.
No, I'm just kidding. If you got this far, I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate your viewership.
That's like a big deal.
Think I should hit him with the end.
Top 10 speech. Insert Skyrim meme.
Speech
100.
That's funny.
Go for it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ba